Yeah, so the city's floating the bond. This is a city initiative, and the city of Pawtucket and its development authority are going to float the bond. The owners are putting up the majority of the capital for the ballpark, and what they're asking for the state to do is to pledge some of the revenue that we'll be receiving from the ballpark. So insofar as we'll just be pledging a portion of the revenue, and it's new revenue that we wouldn't have otherwise had if we didn't have a new stadium. I think it appears to be a self-supporting proposal. Yeah, excellent question. There is no risk. So another reason that this is a much better deal than last time is that any cost overruns for the stadium are going to be borne by the team and the ball club. The state is not on the hook for that. The state is not floating the bond. The city of Pawtucket is floating the bond. So the state's exposure is capped at a certain amount of money over 30 years, and we're really at no risk that it would go over, because if the costs go over, the ball club is on the hook for that.
So the money is coming, you're saying, directly out of the new tax revenue? The state is not putting money up front as part of the bond?
The money, yeah, that's exactly right.
But if the state is committing $23 million over those 30 years,
yep.
And the revenue falls short, revenue falling short isn't the same as cost overruns. So if the revenue falls short, where does the $23 million come from?
Well, the current proposal would be, the state would have to pledge a certain amount each year. So
And how
that's
much is
true.
that?
You'd have to ask Stefan. I'm sorry. It's $23 million over 30 years. So, again, there was no free lunch on this. It was going to cost millions of dollars just to repair McCoy. Some estimates were $35 million just to repair McCoy. And so this is, I think, a much better deal than that, because it's revitalization of Pawtucket. It's being led by the city, keeps the team here. And also another good feature of this is the owners are committing millions of dollars to economic development in the city around the ballpark. So, it's the beginning of the process. It goes to the legislature, but it's much better than it was before. I'm, as a steward for the taxpayers, this is a self-supporting deal, which is, as I say, much better, and one that, I think protects taxpayers' interests.
Do you
People will
look at
still
this
have
as $23 million for the new stadium for the state to put in versus $35 million to repair McCoy? Is that the math you're looking at?
That could be, yes. Yeah, but again, in that one, you would have paid $30 million just to patch up an old stadium that's one of the very oldest in the country. In this case, we're just pledging, this is new revenue coming into the state. This is revenue that we weren't going to have otherwise. So, and it's new economic development. People are going to be working for a year and a half to build it. So I think in that respect, it is a whole lot better for the city and the state than patching up an old stadium.
Governor, you're going to support this as it moves through the process of review and
it just came
consideration?
out today, but again, I think it's much better than it was before, and I would encourage the legislature to take a good hard look at it.
people oppose this from the start, the last time.